Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
Our membership program is made possible in part by liberalbias.com. Cutting-edge research shows that President Obama causes lightning, cats, and suicide. That's the type of excellent work you're going to find out more about at liberalbias.com. Today's new member of the day is Kenneth McCauley. Kenneth, thank you for being a David Pakman Show member. We appreciate it.
We do.
Today in show history, what were we talking about years ago on the show? 1 year ago today, we were talking about that insane story of Pastor Charles Worley of Providence Road Baptist Church, who was calling for the death of lesbians, queers, and homosexuals. And if I recall correctly, didn't he also say that you should have gay men in one pen, and then the lesbians in another pen, and eventually they would die out because it would make it very clear that just men can't have babies.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it.
Fascinating analysis from him. And we actually interviewed a woman who was in his congregation. I remember we got that. Interestingly enough, backstory behind the scenes on that. After that interview, Anderson Cooper's producers saw the interview we did with the congregant and contacted me wanting to interview the woman. And I think she actually did end up appearing on Anderson's show.
But on our show, she remained anonymous.
Yes, and she was anonymous on his show as well. Yeah. Anonymity is key in those cases. 2 years ago today, we heard of Arnold Schwarzenegger having a love child with his former maid and that he was divorcing his wife, Maria Shriver. We talked about whether we were surprised about it, what Arnold must be thinking. Arnold's made somewhat of a recovery, right? I mean, is he still seen as kind of the sleazebag that he was after that was revealed?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm not totally up to speed on Arnold, but I feel like he's not seen as that much of a dirtbag now.
I really don't pay attention to any
Arnold
of that
news.
stuff. Yeah.
And 3 years ago today, Democratic Connecticut Senate hopeful Richard Blumenthal repeatedly talked about when he served in Vietnam. Turns out he never did. Remember that story?
Yeah.
That was a classic. And when we discussed, is it possible to forget whether or not you've been in the you've seen combat in the military? Neither one of us has been, so it's hard to say. But it seemed like it would be odd.
Yes.
It probably wouldn't be that likely.